Welcome to Sunday Mornings with Enlightenism. I'm Brother Malcolm.
And I'm Sister Carolyn.
And we're here today with you to share some wonderful insights on Enlightenism, a new way to think and live philosophy. Yes. Today we're sharing insights on Enlightenism and how to use this great power within you to change how you think and live. Sister Carolyn is going to get us started as usual. She is an Enlightenism practitioner, teacher, and workshop facilitator. We're doing this work to open up our minds and our lives so that we can see how to unlearn what others have told us about who we are. Here's Sister Carolyn to get us going.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Malcolm. I'm Sister Carolyn, Enlightenism teacher and consciousness practitioner. And the idea of this broadcast is about a new way to think and live. And when we start down this path, there are so many things that we have to learn about ourselves and unlearn about the way that we've been on the passage or on the path of life. And when we do that, we move clearly into a new way to think and live. And on the path, you are unlearning. You are unlearning those ideas and notions that you have picked up along the way, believing they were true and believing that they were the only way that you could govern your life. Enlightenism is about your inner spiritual development. It is about recognizing that you are born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, colorless, and ageless. And when we start to welcome into our lives any notions that someone has taught us about the things that I just mentioned, then they disrupt our thinking and our life. When we awake each day, knowing that you have the power within you to change the way you think and live, to get the kind of life that you believe that you want. One of the things I know, it's going beyond the things that we have been taught. I sometimes like to watch movies because I believe that there are messages in a lot of things where we can begin to develop and grow more fully. And one movie I was watching, there were two people talking. One was the CEO of a large major bank, and he was speaking with his assistant. And their office was on the 30th floor in a high-rise building. And he said to his assistant, as he was looking out the window, he said, "Do you see the spider climbing up the window?" And the assistant said, "Yes." He says, "Now, how do you think he got to the 30th floor? How do you think the spider got to the 30th floor? There are 30 more stories in this building. Do you think that the spider is trying to get to the top?" So the assistant looked a little befuddled, and before the assistant could answer the question, the CEO said to him, he doesn't know a top. He is just climbing, and he will continue to climb. He knows no top. And I thought that that was very profound, because when we know that something stops at a certain peak or stops at a certain way that we think, we believe that there isn't anything else that we can do. But had you not been taught about some of the limitations that you possess, you wouldn't know that you could go beyond them. That to me was the idea of the story between the CEO and his assistant. That spider didn't know about the 30th floor or how many other floors there were. The spider was simply going to the top, going beyond the top, I should say. And when we understand that a new way to think and a new way to live is about that. It is about going beyond the limitations that you were given. It is about trusting what you do in this life. It is about realizing who you are. And if you can climb, there is no top. And if you can think and love to think, there is no limitation to your thinking. We can go beyond what we've been taught. We can go beyond what others have told us. But unless we change the mode of our thinking, unless we change the mindset, and that's what Enlightenism is all about, changing the mindset. And we do that through the unlearning process. As I said in the opening, there is much to learn or know about ourselves. And there is much to unlearn that others have told us about who we are. Using those notions that block our thinking, that block us from who we are. We are limitless in our power, but we think limitation. And the idea of understanding, as the book Enlightenism speaks about so freely, knowing that we are born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, colorless, and ageless. When we truly understand that, then we can be as the spider. There is no limit. There is no top. We simply keep climbing within who we are. And what I know as an Enlightenism teacher and a consciousness practitioner, we can go beyond the doubts. We can go beyond the limits. We are whole. And we are not whole when we fragment ourselves with limitations. It is about the unlearning. It is about the knowing. It is about trusting the self as to who we are. I invite you to purchase the book Enlightenism. You can get it through Amazon or thebuysociety.org. And thank you so much for that. So the book is Enlightenism. And now it's time for Brother Malcolm. Brother Malcolm is author and creator of Enlightenism. Brother Malcolm.
Thank you so much, Sister Carolyn, for sharing the Enlightenism insights with the folks. Here's the book Enlightenism. It's available today. You can get it at Amazon. Okay, Sister Carolyn got us going. I'm Brother Malcolm for part 2 of the broadcast. Thank all of you for tuning in on a wonderful Sunday morning in the United States of America and around the world. Who are you aware of being, and what type of power do you possess today? What do you have in you to change how you think and live? We have been using all of the information that others have been telling us for years, and we're still in the same position as other people have been there. So what can we do to get out of this mess that we're in? How do we get out of this situation that we're in? And we're feeling powerless and victimized. And all around us, it seems like enemies are there. All of the giants of the world just coming forth in us in the forms of all types of institutions in the world, particularly in the country where I am living, the United States of America. How do we get out of it? Well, the way out of it, folks, is through your mind. Cleansing your mind of the illusory knowledge that you have used to believe that you are the person that you are today, and that your successes and failures come from this information. There is a criteria that people have set up in the world about what's successful and what's unsuccessful, or what is called a failure. When you change how you think about yourself, you must let go of that criteria for judging yourself. When we judge ourselves based upon the criteria that's been established in the world. That you're either successful, you're a failure, you're smart, or you're dumb. All of those things are illusions. But when they take on the meaning in our lives of a reality, then we accept it. So, well, this is the way it is. I really need to change myself. Say, who are you aware of today? And you say, well, I need to change myself. Which self are you talking about? Well, you're usually talking about the one that you're aware of being, and that is the one that is created with illusory knowledge. So you believe you have such and such a race, color, gender, age, religion, status, and education. You believe all of those things. So whatever change you're doing, you're using the information that created those labels. And now you think you're going to have freedom. So freedom looks like what? What does freedom look like to you? Being like everybody else? Enlightenism is getting off on a crowded road, folks, not being like everybody else. You don't want to be like everybody else. Your desire is to be free of the things that's making you like everyone else. See, the things that make you like everyone else creates the pain and suffering in your life. And now you're caught up in the institutions. People are pumping out their chests and so forth based upon where they went to school. What kind of education? It's not going to do you. The education is not doing the people that were your teachers, professors, and so forth, because the world is the way it is today. It's the way you're feeling today. And you can use all of the word, read everything you want to read, but unless you go on the inward journey within you, where you will discover you, the other self, and that other self is where you will get the power and clarity to create a new awareness of being, a new person. We're talking about being born again in God consciousness with self-knowledge. Self-knowledge is the key, but not the self-knowledge that comes from illusions, where we believe that we have discovered something in an illusion that someone else has already tried to use and it didn't work. Self-knowledge is a new education within your mind. It seems impossible to many, or doubtful, or dubious, because of the mindset you're in today, which limits your powers of visualization and imagination. Our imagination to change something, to imagine ourselves differently, is coming from what we think about ourselves already. So you're using this victimized self, this powerless self, and you're seeking power from the powerless. Think about it. You're seeking power from something that someone tells you, so okay, now what you need to do is go read philosophy or something, or go deal with psychology or whatever, and then you will solve all of your problems. See, when we talk about Enlightenism, this is not about solving all of your problems. This is about giving you the inspiration, the motivation to work on yourself, on the inner mind, on the inward journey in you, so that you are able to get self-knowledge. Self-knowledge that comes from being whole, being aware of being whole, perfect, and complete, colorless, faceless, and formless. Who are you without someone else's beliefs? That's what it's about today, folks. Who are you? We're not using other people's definition about who you are. How do you define yourself? Whole, perfect, and complete? Or you start talking about something in history? Leave history in history. Let the dead die. Let them remain dead. You are alive. create a new awareness of being today that reflects you with great power. And you have this power. I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn.
Thank all of you for stopping by, folks. Be sure to get the book Enlightenism. It's a powerful information for you about how to get on the inward journey within you. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening.